and welcome to the Magnificent Abundance Manifester. So, I'm going to share first and then I'm going to start. And the title of this live is Heart Connection, Your Magic Key to True Love. So, obviously, the Love Thursday, it's around romantic love, and it can be applied for different type of connections when it comes to love. Why do I talk about heart connection? It can be, obvious. Of course, it's about your heart because it's about love. But let me explain it in a way that maybe you are not used to hear, or let's take a deeper look at why do I insist on this. So, it is not common to actually do what we call hard work when we want to improve ourselves, whether it's the personal development industry or spirituality. Yes, we do. We do some hard work, but what I wanted to focus on is that your heart is what is connecting you to your emotions. And in your relationship, it's how you are going to really deeply connect with the person that you're in a relationship with. So a mentor I'm learning from said something very powerful and accurate, that says that the distance that you have between yourself and your heart is the distance that separates you from you and your partner. So in effect, your relationship with yourself and your heart is what is going to define the quality of the love that you're going to experience. In my work, I am not specialized on love, and I'm not a dating coach or anything, but I end up helping my clients with their love life because it's around their energy, and it's around, it happens that I see things in their energy pattern that is connected to their heart, to their, and I end up helping in that area of their life as well. So why is that so difficult sometimes to connect with someone that way through your heart? It's because, first of all, you haven't developed that connection with yourself, meaning you haven't really paid attention much to your emotions, to your feelings. And if you don't pay attention to your own emotions and to your own feelings, how can you do that for someone else, even though they're your partner? But if you are not comfortable with your own emotions, then you're not going to be comfortable expressing them or going through your heart to connect with the person that you are in a relationship with. And that is what is going to make the quality of your connection extraordinary or just average. Why? Because you will feel, yes, things are okay-ish, but there is not that depth, there is not that sense of belonging, of deep connection. And what creates that sense of deep connection is that ability to really connect to your heart. So the challenge with that is that oftentimes when you are, you have been numbing yourself and not really be in touch with your emotions, your heart is can be blocked, can be cluttered, can be, and also I've seen as well with clients I've worked with that they've dismissed their heart a lot. Personally, I've been doing a lot of work on my own heart, and it's always around really connecting to your heart. And I remember once I saw a vision for one of my clients where I saw that my client had put a heart in a closet. You know, it's like she separated from her heart because she felt that having feelings and emotions was wrong as a child, and therefore as an adult she grew up being disconnected from her emotions and from her heart, and as a result it created a lot of separation. Like, she was not really connected to her own emotions. So yes, and then you can be in a state where you are very hype and you're very you know, you can be positive and happy from the surface, but inside there is no deep connection to your own self. And this is what a lot of us haven't learned, and have had also, let's say, painful experiences. And when you have painful experiences, then you're not really encouraged to get in touch with your heart all the time, because first, you don't know how, and second, well, the last time you did, nothing wrong came of it. So then you go in your mind and you operate from your thinking and you forget to feel. So I'm not saying thinking is wrong, of course, but it's about being able to navigate between when you need to think and when you need to feel. And it's important to know to do both, right? So, and this is why also another thing as well is when you are very disconnected from your heart, there are so many things in other areas of your life that are equally going to be affected, because it's just a question of energy, of course, but it's going to affect actually your money energy. It's going to affect your, you know, whether it's around your career, whether it's your work, your job, or your business. If you're very disconnected, you will be in a space where you can do a lot, but something is not right, but you don't know what it is. You can't put the finger on it. And the core of it is you're totally disconnected from yourself. And you also, oftentimes, the correlation between those who are very disconnected is that they are not feeling fulfilled in their life. Something is missing. They're looking for their purpose everywhere, and it's nowhere, because what makes a purpose is when you feel excited and connected to whatever you want to deliver in the world. But if you can't feel anything, then everything that you're going to do is not going to give you any sense of deep satisfaction, deep fulfillment. And that is a reason why a blocked heart is going to create a lot of dysfunction, a dysfunctional way of operating. So that is why it is important to do some very deep work on your heart if you want to have, obviously, a deep experience of love in your life, but it's going to affect other areas as well. Something else that I wanted to add is those who have experienced trauma are oftentimes very disconnected from their emotions, because the reason why they had to disconnect and dissociate is because the pain was so strong and so severe that they had to do that out of a survival mechanism. So that is why it's going to be difficult for them to feel anything or to feel connected, and they might not even know this is, you know, what's happening. So my advice to you is start talking to your heart. I know it sounds a little, basic or a little odd, but it's actually super powerful. Start talking to your heart and ask your heart what it needs, what's wrong, what's going on, and you will start getting answers that you might not expect but are so true. Hi Teresa. So yeah, you agree with what I said in terms of talking to your heart. Yes, it's very powerful and magical and simple. Oftentimes people tend to look for these really complicated methodology and they're looking for the golden goose everywhere, was actually the basic simple stuff. They don't do it. It's like, no, it's too simple. It's like, no, I want, give me something really hard. But that's it. It's because you're not doing the very basic thing that is going to allow you to just know how you feel, what you need, and then you're going to get the guidance and the direction. And when you start feeling connected, then your experience of life is going to improve. The quality of love that you're going to have around you is going to be different, and it's going to be very magical. So that is my guidance for today's live. Start talking to your heart, and I'm going to basically show you, like, literally how to do it. You just put your hand on your heart, and then you close your eyes, and then you start asking the questions. What's going on? How am I feeling? How is my heart doing? And when you start doing this, then you will start getting answers. Maybe initially you might not, because you're so not used to connect to your heart. But such amazing transformation can happen, and the results that you're going to get is going to be very helpful. Is such a weak word right now. It is going to really, give you the answers that you've been looking for everywhere. Whereas actually it was here. And it's the very first step. So now, if you can't do it, then there is a highly chance, or high probability, a high likelihood that you've been through trauma. And that is something that requires deep healing. And you might try to connect, and it's like, and then why? Because the pain is so strong, because the heart has been wrapped around so much protection, meaning walls, that is like, you can't hear anything. And then you need the support and the help of a healer. So that is allowing me to talk about the next course I'm going to launch, that is going to be around trauma healing. Haven't found the name yet. Trauma healing course is a little bit, I like to have like these funny names, and actually, but funny, but at the same time equally meaningful. But a course is coming. It's going to be around trauma healing, and it's going to really allow you to connect very deeply with your heart through a lot of healing of the trauma that you have experienced, that you might not know, because as a child, and you've heard that as well, sometimes when the pain is so strong, your memory is going to repress it, and then you will just put it aside because because it's, you know, out of survival mechanism. And this is when the dissociation starts to happen, meaning you start to be disconnected with parts of yourself, and then the healing is going to be around collecting the parts of yourself that you've left throughout your childhood, past lives as well, and various other places that you've left pieces of your heart and your soul. And this is also what is known as soul retrieval. So that's going to be very, 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 very powerful, because once you start to reconnect with various parts of yourself, the various part of your souls that you've left of your heart, then you're going to feel much, much more balanced, much, much more centered, much, much more full within, and more solid, stronger. And then you will be able to feel more grounded, and then you will be able to feel more solid, and then you will be able to go into the world and do whatever you want, and no matter what you do, you're going to find fulfillment. And it's not something that you will look to do to get it. You're going to feel fulfilled no matter what, because you have that sense of, you know, that sense of being fulfilled inside yourself, of reconnection, being home inside your body. And then everything that you're going to do is going to feel like magic, because you will have the mind of touch, because you're going to come from a place of being centered, happy, fulfilled, and being healed at your core. So, and then to connect back with the theme, it's going to be your magic key to get true love in your life, because then you're going to be more open, you're going to feel more receptive to love, you're not going to be closed. I did mention that before, but you know this quote from Rumi, right? Which says that love is something that you don't... do you remember that quote? Let's see if I can find it. Rumi quotes on love. Yes. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So, once we remove this, then, and you reconnect with your heart and your soul, then this is where you're going to be able to receive everything, whether it's love, money, health, and everything. So, again, your homework is to start talking to your heart and ask questions, basic questions. And that is going to be a very powerful exercise for you to do. Okay? And then the details for the course, I will talk about it further. I mean, when it's out, I will put it out there and you will be able to join. And it's going to really, really be good, because we're going to really work on that aspect of yourself. So that was it for today. Thank you for those who've joined. I really loved having you live, and for those who are watching the replay, so I hope you enjoyed it as well. Don't hesitate to put a comment below. And today, yes, and then if you want to start looking into it, you know, on the one-to-one, I'm going to post the link for a single session or even a program, you decide. But you know, if you haven't worked with me before, go for a single session to start with. And I will talk to my heart. Thanks for your advice. Oh, you're very welcome. Yes, it's super powerful, and do it every day. So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you and wish you happy manifesting. Bye. And that was the manifestation week 2. And tomorrow, probably in a few hours, it's going to be the French Friday. So for the French speaker, you're going to, you know, but if you want to practice your French, you can join as well. All right, bye. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, share, like, and put comment under the video. Bye and happy manifesting!